Weather, again, we all watch the news. They have the weather on Greek TV, they have the weather on Chinese pay TV, they have the weather everywhere. We should be aware of what the weather's doing and what our swells are doing as well. There are many avenues to go and find the weather. A lot of the sites, even on the websites or even in the newspapers, you know, take the time to read that weather and what it's doing for the week. Don't just wake up on Friday morning and say, you know, I'm going fishing, and just drive down to the rocks and find out that it's, you know, just too rough. Because some people drive for 2 or 3 hours and they don't turn around and go home. So have alternative spots. Like we said, it's a great spot out here, but next week might not be fishable at all. You know, if you want to go fishing, Sydney Harbour, Pittwater, even Botany Bay, there are alternatives to going fishing and having a good time in the sun. It's not necessarily about catching fish. It's also about just getting out in the sun, socialising, a bit of exercise and things like that. So, you know, you don't necessarily need to just keep coming to the same spot. You know, go out and start exploring some other spots as well. So there's perfectly safe wharves in the harbour that you can fish when it's 10 metres out here. You know, places like the harbour are fine where you still can catch a feed. So it really is, you know, 4 or 5 very simple safety tips, and that's pretty much all. You know, we promote all our literature, the DVDs, everything is, you know, 4 safety tips that if everyone follows those, we wouldn't have people going in the water. Always wear a life jacket, carry a rope and float, wear light clothing, wear shoes with non-slip soles. Nothing else. There's nothing else I can teach you about safety. It's it should be common sense and things that we all follow. Again, we've been giving these out into the community as well. These are translated, Chinese, Vietnamese, Korean as well. So put the DVD in, watch it, everything's in there. Where to get the information from? It's all here. You know, if you watch it, pass it on to your friends. Or through Jesse and Surf Life Saving Australia, we're mailing whoever wants one of these. Well, so everything's free of charge. We don't charge for anything. We do all these projects as volunteers, but we have got tools to help you guys just learn those 4 or 5 basic safety tips. You know, and once you start, it becomes automatic. You do it 2 or 3 times, you start doing it all the time. You don't think about it. You know, you go fishing, next time, everything's packed, everything's ready to go. You've got your life jacket, you've got your shoes, screw out your backpack, and you're gone. You know, but you've got to start learning from now. Do it 3 or 4 times, and it becomes second nature. No different to when it's cold, you put a jumper on. So, you know, when you go rock fishing, it's just those little things that you guys need to follow that, you know, will keep you out of danger. Let you catch fish, let you go home to your family, and let you come back and do it again next week. So there's different levels of experience here. As I can see experienced rock guys, I see people, I see wives who just fish with husbands who may not even wet a line but go out on the rocks. But it's important that we all look after each other's safety. You know, and even experienced guys like us, we make the time to go out and speak to other anglers and just, you know, don't get offended if someone comes up to you and says, "God, it's too rough, go," because the guys who are telling you are experienced. You know, I've almost been in fights with guys because I've told them to leave because I said, "You're not wearing the right shoes, it's too rough, go." And you know, we're not doing it because we don't want you to fish near us. That's not the problem. We're doing it for your own safety. And as experienced anglers as well, you should be going up to other people you see and saying, you know, "You haven't got shoes on, what are you doing here? It's too rough. Yep, can you swim?" You know, we all should be looking out for each other on the rocks. Any other questions, guys?
What do one do if there is no beach nearby?
No beach? Swim out. You will find that some of the rock platforms, if you're out on a point and it's rough, if you swim around the corner a little bit, either side of that headland will be a bit calmer to come around the back of it that way. The best thing you can do is have someone raise the alarm and just wait out there for them to come and find you.
Sorry, Stan. Just to answer Stan's question as well, that's absolutely correct. There's always a lee, and the lee is that the swell's coming from a direction, so you can get it out of the swell going to the northeast space, or you can get out of the swell going to the southeast space. So if you swim around the corner, you go into the lee, to the calmer water. Okay, so what you're doing is that when you get to your fishing location, you go, okay, Now plan, in case I end up in the water, plan is that I will swim to that direction. That's the calmer water, right? So you know instantly what to do. It's a drill, okay? That's part of your drill, is knowing where to swim.
Yeah, and it also, that thing we spoke about, becoming familiar with your rock fishing spot. If it's a spot you go to all the time. Give me a spot where you guys fish. Someone say a spot where you go, and I might know it. Come on, give me a spot, any spot you rock fish.
North Bondi.
North Bondi. So you've got the beach, is really the only avenue you've got, haven't you, is to come back around to the beach. There is no other escape route on North Bondi, unless you can swim around to all the way around South Head and come back into the harbour. So my advice is familiar with North Bondi. My advice is that you swim away from the rocks and wait out for someone to come and rescue you. Unless you're a really strong swimmer, there really are no options at North Bondi. But you know that, so if you do get into trouble and you fall in, your instinct says, I've got to swim away from the rocks. There is no lead. Spots like Hill 60 at Port Kembla, they've got leads either side. A spot like this,